Breaking news, Devil Leon 7 has reached 100,000 subscribers. People believe that the phony Devil Leon 8 should just give up while he still can.
How's it going, people? Hope you're all doing well. So the channel finally hit the 100k sub milestone, and I'm still sort of in disbelief, but most of what I will say regarding that I'm thinking of saving until the end, because today we have something that's very different, and to be honest, it's not the best quality, so forgive me for that. But leading up to this milestone, people were asking me, yo, are you planning anything for 100k? Are you planning anything? And I'm like, I don't know, I have a few ideas, but I feel like some of them might not work very well, and others might just be something that I've done already before. Like, you know, having another Yakuza marathon or whatnot. So, jokingly, I threw around the idea of making a cooking video, because recently I started to cook more and more. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna make a cooking video. And long story short, my chat was like, no, you're not gonna do that. No way you're gonna do that. Yes, we will. So for today's sub special, I welcome all of you to a tutorial on how to marinate chicken breasts, prepare them, and then cook them. Maybe that's not the sub special all of you were expecting, but hey, there is time for everything else that we have in mind. I was supposed to upload another video today, actually, and I will be upset if I can't upload it before the end of the month, because it's a Halloween video, and this is a sort of a apology video for that, but also, I mean, I wanted to push this video out eventually. Also, something else I want to apologize for. So on my Discord, I actually made a poll out of nowhere saying, hey guys, do you want chicken or beef? No context, nothing, just choose chicken or beef. Now, chicken won, but in spite of that, I was also going to make like a beef video in this sub special, but something went wrong with the beef, so I couldn't really get to that. But we have the chicken. So without further ado, let's move to Devil Leon 8. Welcome to my kitchen. So today we'll be showing you how you can cut some chicken breasts, season them, and get them ready to marinate in the fridge. So one of the things you might be needing is a plastic bag. You know, they sell these a lot in any convenience store, so if you have these, good. If you don't, any container that you can close will also work. But for today, I'll be using a plastic bag, so this is what we have. And here we have a bunch of the seasonings that we'll be adding. I will show a picture close-up of exactly what we'll be using. Going from left to right, we'll be using garlic powder, extra virgin olive oil, cayenne pepper, black pepper, and don't mind the extra garlic powder, I don't know why I put that there. Then we have turmeric, and finally, some dried parsley. Also, not shown in this picture, but we'll use some lemon to squeeze on the raw chicken. So here's the chicken breasts that we'll be making today. You can find these in pretty much every supermarket, so pretty easy to obtain, just gotta get your hands on them. And yeah, as soon as you get them, what I do is I put them in the freezer, and then when I want to prepare them, I let them defrost outside for an hour to 2 hours. If you want to be a little quicker, maybe you can use the microwave, but to be honest, I prefer just letting it defrost outside. So I've actually just let this defrost already for about an hour and a half, so we'll get to just, you know, cutting them, and then we'll season the chicken. So here's a chicken breast. That's what's going to be for dinner for me. And now we're going to try to cut it in half so that, you know, the seasonings, I think, go in better than, you know, they would with this chunk of meat. You want to kind of make it a little slim so the seasonings can really marinate in. So just to remind you guys, I'm an absolute amateur at cooking, and there's nothing wrong with that. Just try to not really put the chicken everywhere in your kitchen to spread the bacteria, I guess, or so I heard. But you want to carefully, like, cut the chicken in half like this. But here we go. Right, this should be more than good enough. And now we are ready to actually season the chicken. So I just washed my hands. Call me a clean freak, but generally speaking, when I'm cooking, I really like to wash my hands pretty much as often as I can. But yeah, so now I grabbed 2 lemons. These are very small lemons, so that's why I got 2 of them. We'll be using this in our seasonings as well, and yeah, so I'm just gonna chop them up now. Now you might be wondering, who's behind the camera? Who's recording this? Fellas, say hi to my brother. That's my brother right there. Okay, so first of all, now that we have the pieces here, we will start marinating. So the measurement that we'll be using is a small cup like this one, just for you to get an idea. And pretty much every seasoning, maybe like not strictly, but you want to use like 1/4 of a cup. I find that to be enough. You use that amount for pretty much every one of these, including the olive oil. And yeah, and then you just get to working with your hand. That's what I do. I know some people might prefer to use a tool for the mixing, but I much prefer to use my hands, so that's what I will do. But also, let me just get rid of the seeds real quick. Okay, so now that we've gotten rid of the seeds, let's start actually putting in the seasonings. So first of all, we got some black pepper. Actually, before that, let's put the salt. I have Himalayan salt over here, like the pink looking salt, and we're gonna put quite a bit of that. So, okay, this might be difficult to follow because I'm not a professional chef, but basically what I do is I will sprinkle salt all over the chicken, basically. I feel like you will get a sense of when is enough. Just cover the whole chicken, but like don't pour the whole thing, if that makes sense. So, here we go. There we go, just like that. I know you can't really see how much exactly that I poured, but cooking is about trial and error. You will figure out what is right for you, so don't worry about it too much. Now, same thing for the black pepper, just like cover the whole thing in black pepper, but like not overly, like so. So this is some cayenne pepper, and if you don't know, cayenne pepper is really good for you. And I actually learned that it pairs really well with black pepper, so this should be an amazing combo between the two of them. So, yeah, make use of this. And now we have some crushed garlic powder. Garlic is very, very, very good whenever you're cooking pretty much anything. And with chicken, it goes pretty well. You might want to pour more than the others with this one, because again, you can't go wrong with garlic for the most part. There we go. And now, personally, I would put some turmeric. Turmeric is also really, really good for you. And you pretty much want to put the same quantity as you did with the cayenne pepper or, the other stuff that I used. So, let's put it, I think I poured a little too much. But that's okay, we'll just mix it in with our hands later. And now, let's put on the other piece. And there we go. Now lastly, we'll use some dried parsley. Very convenient and also very good. There we go. And lastly, actually wait, I think I said lastly with parsley, but now we also want to add olive oil. I heard this gives it some moisture when you're actually cooking it. So yeah, for this one we'll actually be using the cup. So just about like 1/5 of this cup, like very small quantity. Just enough to, cover the whole chicken, that's what you want to do. Actually, before that, let's squeeze the lemons. Alright, let me just get rid of the seeds. Okay, now we're going to pour the olive oil. And now we do the dirty work. So get your hands in there. Get all of those seasonings in. As one certain chef would say, give your meat a good old rub. Now there you go, just get both of them. Make sure you get all of those in. And obviously before you do all of this, wash your hands, be clean. And then also after this, when you're done with mixing the chicken, you want to make sure you wash the board, the knife, everything you touched very thoroughly. You don't want to get sick. We're handling raw meat here. And again, I know I'm an amateur, but I'm trying my best here. I really am. Though I can't really lie, I still am intimidated by the comments a little bit, like, oh, what are you doing? No, you should have done this differently. By the way, feel free to do that. I could use the learning experience. So do, say whatever you have to say, right? But yeah, just make sure you mix all of this really well as you can. Get all of them in every part of the chicken, right? So just keep doing this until you feel like, everything is spread out really nicely everywhere. And once that is done, you want to put it in that bag and then into the fridge. But before we actually do that, again, I said I'm a bit of a clean freak. I'm gonna wash my hands after this. And then I'll put the chicken in the bag. Not with my hands, by the way, which, yeah. So yeah, I feel like these are mixed quite good enough now. I'm just gonna wash my hands real quick. So now I'm gonna use a pair of tongs to get the chicken in the bag and then wrap this up, put it in the fridge. As far as I've heard, you can put it for like upwards of a whole day. But for today, I'm gonna be putting it in the fridge for like 5 hours, give or take. That also should be enough. It's really up to you how you wanna do this. But yeah, you have up to a day as far as I know. And once this bad boy is in, you just want to wrap it up. Now this way, you know, you don't have to wash your hand again. I mean, you kind of will to clean this up, but yeah. But yeah, there we go. Chicken in the bag, and we just put it in the fridge. Alright, with this, you're basically done with most of the work now. We're gonna come back later to cook this, but basically we want to put it on low heat, 7 minutes on each side, give or take. And also, you know, check up on it frequently just to make sure like it doesn't stick. Or, you know, there's not really any other issues you have to worry about. But yeah, it's really easy. Maybe I made a couple of mistakes. I could have handled a couple things more gracefully, but again, I'm sort of new to like making stuff like this. Again, I want to give a big shout out to my brother behind the camera. We're standing here at like over 30 degrees. The sun is still behind me. I think we're both sweating our balls off right now. I can't turn on the air conditioner because my phone's microphone sucks. Same thing for the fan. So we have to endure a little bit of heat here. I wanted to also record the bit where I would cook it, but unfortunately there was a little too much going on in the house and I settled with this. Just remember to put the heat on low, put olive oil or any other oil of your choice in the pan, let it heat up a little, and then put the chicken in, and then leave it there for about 7 minutes for each side until you feel like it cooked well. This is the final result. I ended up adding what veggies I still had in the fridge. And of course, you can add more seasonings of your choice even after it's cooked. Now enjoy deliciously made chicken that you made yourself. And if something was off, don't feel too bad about it. It took a try or two for me to get the balance right. Okay, so here's a segment where I want to talk about cooking as like a passion, hobby, and not only that, but also like a lifestyle. Unfortunately, as you can probably see, I'm somebody who barely ate at home. You know, I have my own circumstances, which I really don't want to go into much in this video. I don't really want to dampen the mood because it's supposed to be a happy occasion. Maybe it's something I'll talk about at another point. I mean, we'll see. But, you know, things happened. I got really used to ordering from outside a lot. Most of the food I would eat is from outside. And that just led to me having a really, really, really horrible diet, right? But thankfully, I realized now, before it's too late, that, you know, diet or the food you eat is something that you really should take a little more seriously, because it really, you don't think about it, right? But it really affects a lot of aspects of your life, and you might not see that at first, but some point down the line, 100% you will, somehow, you will. It's really difficult to stress just how much goodness you get out of like cooking your own meals, not just because of, you know, the sake of, oh, you're cooking at home kind of deal. Because to me, you know, growing up, I always thought like the point of eating at home, at least as far as I was told, is something like, oh, you know, food at home better, everything outside is bad, which really isn't necessarily the case. But, you know, making food at home has a lot of advantages that might not be very apparent at first, or you might not be convinced until, you know, something comes up later that will really open your eyes to that. So the most obvious thing probably is the fact that you get to save money. I mean, if you order for each and every meal every single day, that's potentially like $10, $20 per meal. You really don't want to, you know, waste that much money if you can help it. Now, I'll tell you up front, I'm unfortunately someone that could be way better with how they spend their money. So when I started taking cooking seriously, like, you know, making my own food, it really changed a lot for me. Because not only am I making food that's actually good for me now, like nutritious, full of things that my body actually needs, but I'm also developing a skill that will help me a lot in the long and the short run as well. So because of that, it's not just a hobby, it's also a lifestyle to follow. And, you know, I know this might sound silly to say, like it might be something that's very obvious, but again, unfortunately for me, it took me many years to realize just how important it is to actually, you know, buy your own food, make it at home. And yeah, like you just get this feeling that's really
hard to replicate with food you buy from outside. Like when you get this food you made in front of you, it's like, I made this. You know what I mean? I cooked, literally. Because of that, it just hits different. Cooking is something that might seem difficult and scary and intimidating at first, that you don't really want to try your hand at it. You're like, do I really need to cook for myself? I'm just gonna order or, get by in any other way. But really, when you go into it, it's not that difficult. I think by far the most fascinating part about cooking is the fact that it's like drawing for the most part. You can make a bad scribble, but it's still a scribble. It's a drawing. It might be bad in the eyes of somebody or even yourself, but at the end of the day, it is a drawing. Food is exactly the same way. You might cook something and I don't know, like maybe you're gonna burn it, or maybe it's undercooked, or so on and so forth. Maybe something about it just doesn't hit right, yeah? But over time, you're going to improve, and my God, you're gonna see the difference. It's going to hit so different. You're gonna get so many good things for your body, and it's just gonna feel really good. To be honest, I don't even know why I started this whole tangent. I think, I don't know, like, me actually starting to make food for myself now is a huge deal for me. So I guess maybe I just wanted to connect with other people out there that have the same struggle. And I want to tell them that, if you ever, I don't know, like you wanted to lose weight like me, or if you wanted to just, start cooking stuff, or you wanted, that kind of thing, then just, jump into it. And I know that might be easier said than done because it took me like many years, but man, don't think about it too much. Trust me, just start somewhere and you'll go from there. Cooking is just like drawing. Like you're making a masterpiece here, right? You're taking a template, you're taking the seasonings, and you're letting yourself get creative. Like it's just, you see what works for you and what doesn't work for you. And maybe your body doesn't tolerate something, so you add alternatives. And a lot of those things I find just fascinating. You don't only learn how to make food, you learn how to kind of decorate and garnish that food into something that is, tailor-made for you. It's a beautiful thing. It is a beautiful thing. And, if, again, anybody like ever wanted to try their hand at cooking more often, but they, I guess, never really found the motivation to do so, you gotta try it. Coming from somebody that avoided doing that for so long, and I just made it out to be harder than it actually is. Again, I'm not saying like I became, I'm a master chef now, but everybody starts somewhere, right? Just start somewhere, and I think you'll be impressed at how fun cooking can be. And hell, I'm not even saying, try to make something different every day. Hell, I make the same breakfast every day for the most part. I'm very happy with my breakfast, so I'm good with making the same thing. There might be some differences, like instead of, having olives, I'll have cucumbers and, that kind of thing. But it's just like what I make. I might show a picture of it. It's like a omelette wrap with mushrooms, and the bread is like sourdough bread, and it's really, really good stuff. I don't make the bread myself, so that's something, you might think, he also makes his own bread. No, I wish. There are some things that I'm still kind of intimidated to do, but I'm hoping to learn to make someday. But yeah, start somewhere.
Okay, listen. Once again, you have no idea how much I mean this, but I am so sorry you had to put up with that quality of audio. Holy sh**. I honestly considered just like dubbing the whole thing so that you don't have to listen to all the background noise and the poor microphone quality. But you know what? That shift in quality may be what this subspecial needs. I don't know what I'm going on about, but let's just go with it. So, here we are. I just want to say every one of you who contributed to, this channel getting to where it is, this wouldn't have been possible without any of you. It's because you guys, watch my content, you like the content, you subscribe to the channel, and some others go as far as to support me financially with becoming members or donations or whatnot. And again, you guys have no idea how much that means to me. Throughout the years, I don't know if this really came across, but I feel like I've had some sort of like an identity crisis with the channel, because at times I try to make essay videos, at times I try to make gameplay videos, at times I will try to stream, and having to do all of these different things, I was never sure what exactly to settle for and continue consistently with. This channel is still a solo channel, so all of the editing, all of the recording, script, literally everything, I still do all on my own. And sometimes the plans for a certain video might not go exactly according to plan. Maybe they'll take longer, maybe less. Maybe a video won't even happen. Maybe certain streams won't happen, like when some of you might ask me for a specific thing to stream. I try to keep that in mind, but also there is something important to consider, which is, do I really want to play that? And, you know, is it going to be good for the channel? You know, so on and so forth. There's a lot of content creators out there that are blessed with, you know, having somebody that might help them with editing or recording or any of that. And again, this channel still doesn't have that. I just don't think I can sustain that at the moment. And there's another aspect to it as well, where if I want to edit a specific video, maybe I want it to be a specific way, and I don't want to annoy the editor too much by saying, yo, you know, change this, change that, because I feel that also might take some creative liberty away from the editor, where they might get creative and there's something they thought of that I didn't think of, and it's actually really good for the video. But at the end of the day, I think one thing is for sure, this channel is still very much first and foremost a Yakuza channel, but you know, I try to also play other things, see like where the interests between me and my viewers overlap, you know, just hang out, talk about anything that might interest both of us. So, you know, Resident Evil, Silent Hill, Tekken, there's a bunch of games. And if ever, you know, you wanted to just relax, unwind, kick back, and hang out with us, please feel free to. My stream is open for everybody. But seriously, thank you all. You have no idea how much I appreciate it. You know, when I started doing this for the first few years, I don't think I expected to get here. I started out as a pretty, just like a whatever channel, right? There's also a lot that I learned through the years. I got to meet a lot of wonderful people, and if there's anyone out there that in any way feels hurt by me or anything like that, please do forgive me. And again, if you want to have a conversation, you're more than welcome to join any of my streams and just, you know, hang out or leave a comment, and I'll try to get back to you. But yeah, I am sorry if this cooking video was not like up to quality, but we tried. And if you're disappointed by what the sub special is, there will be more to come, so don't worry about that. There will be essay videos, maybe lore videos and all that. Just don't worry about it. I'm pretty sure everything you have in mind will eventually arrive on this channel. So yeah, I just want to say again, thank you so much, every single one of you. I really, really do appreciate every single shred of support that you've given the channel, and I hope you continue to enjoy what I have to offer. So yeah, thank you all so much, and I will see you very soon. We have the show coming, we have Kiwami on the Switch coming, and there's a whole bunch. I think this week is going to be pretty busy for the channel, so yeah. You guys take care, stay safe and stay healthy. I'll see you very soon. Bye-bye now.